What's really going on? It's been a hot minute, but it's all good. I'm back on demand. First and foremost, before you even do anything, first like, subscribe, share, and pretty much if you do like the video, like it. But besides that, like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment and tell me what you think about the topic. You can catch me on Instagram, Spoon the World. My name will be in the description box. And as well, we are sponsored by no other than Splash Clothing. Splash means some people love and some hate. I got the Vice tank top on. Check this out. Whoo, beautiful for the beach. They even have it in white. So check these out. The link and the website will be in the description box. Beautiful, comfortable tees, especially for the summertime. It's hot outside, it's humid. But now, you are now rocking again with the Spoon Fed Podcast. And we're going to give you a daily dose of knowledge, something that you do need in life. But today's topic is, and it's very important today, like people don't understand this, peaceful versus harmless. And what is the difference? I know you see, especially today, a lot of people say, oh, I'm peaceful. I'm peaceful. Or if something crazy happens, people are like, oh, I don't know how that could happen, man. Because even if danger comes towards me, I won't pull out a weapon and defend myself if I had it. And I'm like, what? I'm like, then you're not peaceful. And a lot of people don't understand what that means. Matter of fact, let's go to the direct definition of peaceful and harmless. I'm going to break it down for you. So peaceful is pretty much, I'm going to get the exact definition, so I ain't trying to paraphrase, you know what I'm saying? Peaceful means free from disturbance, not involving war or violence. That's the definition. Harmless is not able or likely to cause harm. Now let's go back on that. Being peaceful means you have a choice to be violent. If you really break it down, if you heard the definition, pretty much it is free from disturbance or not involving war or violence. So the definition, if you really look at it, is innately saying, in order for you to be peaceful, you have to have some type of violent mechanism towards who you are, your being, your characteristic. Because in other words, if you don't have any type of violence or aggression in you, or a threat of any sort, whether it's mental or physical or anything of that nature, you are not a threat. And that makes you harmless. Because when you're harmless, you're not able to counteract any type of negativity towards you or any harm that's coming in your direction. Because as the definition of harmless states, not able or likely to cause harm. So pretty much, a lot of people that's coming around saying, oh, I'm peaceful. No, they're not. They're just harmless. And let me break it down even more of what's going on. In order to be peaceful, you must have a violent mechanism about you. And a lot of people that knows what's really going on and knows what peaceful really is, like perfect example. If you know, or if you ever been through any hardship, and I'm talking about violence, trauma, anything of that nature, or somebody trying to kill you. Because in this world, things happen like that. If you never been through none of that stuff, you won't understand being peaceful. Because a peaceful person knows what it feels to be in a violent situation or in a war. Especially if you're from an urban area, or if you have criminals around you, or you have a criminal element around you, or even if you're in a rural area and you have bears and certain animals and even rough terrain, you're gonna be privy to that. And you have to understand, peaceful is stronger than harmless. Because to me, being peaceful, and not just to me, it's just the definitions alone, being peaceful is more productive. Because you could be at peace and be calm, but when danger comes towards you, you know how to handle your situation properly. But being harmless is just like an enemy coming into your house, slapping you, taking away your family, taking you out, and be like, hey, I just did it because I could. And the enemy didn't even get a scratch on him. That's harmless. But this is one quote that resonates with me when I'd rather be a soldier in a garden than a gardener in a war. Really think about that. Because if you're a soldier in a garden, that means you know how to take the aggression out of your mind and you could adapt to a peaceful environment. But if danger comes your way, you could turn that switch back on like, yo, what's up? Period. So that entails pretty much what I'm saying, and a lot of people don't understand those details. It's like it gets crazy. And a lot of people don't understand certain meanings because it all depends on the situation. And you have to understand this. Certain areas, especially around the world, breeds more peaceful people than harmless people. Because certain areas is more violent than others. Look at New York City, where I'm from right here, Brooklyn, New York. It's going to be more violent and more prone to violence than a place like Connecticut, like certain parts of Connecticut, or a place like Missouri. You know what I'm saying? That's rural areas, or Alabama, certain parts of Alabama. I'm just throwing out names, but you get what I'm saying. I'm not saying none of those places are dangerous or has danger, but real talk, if you in a city, we live on top of each other. So if there's people that's gonna be frustrated and pissed off all the time. So it's just a way how you have to maneuver and understand yourself. So to me, and in actuality, any place that has the most violence breeds the most peaceful people if they understand themselves. First off, you have to understand yourself before you understand what you're about. You have to understand what are you capable of doing? Because every human is capable of enacting on violence. But if you don't have the idea what that is, then you're pretty much close to a domesticated house cat, meaning you don't have the capacity to be bad because you don't understand what it takes or what it takes to save your life or possibly the life of others in your direction or your circumference of area, of the place that you inhabit and live. Because if you don't understand certain steps that it will take for you to be peaceful and to be able to protect your own livelihood and your own resources that could keep you alive, you will understand that because you never dealt with a threat that's attacking you. In certain areas, if you never had a fight when you was a little kid or even growing up, to me, I'm not trying to disrespect any of you. You're pretty much harmless because you don't know if you're capable of defending yourself. It's a hard way to saying it, but it's true. But when you really look at it, it's so many things that deal with livelihoods and being peaceful, because I know I'm peaceful because in certain times I walk away from certain situations because it doesn't make sense for me to do anything to the person that's actually either talking or giving a false narrative or threats. But this is the way the world is. But a lot of people are harmless, like especially people that says, I don't want a gun. I don't, even when if it's legal, people are like, oh, I don't want a gun. Like I was saying, even if it's legal in their area, city, state, or whatever, especially they pass a new law, you could get a gun and more than likely certain areas you can carry. A lot of people say, oh, I don't want a gun. I'm like, huh? Even women be saying, oh, I have no need for it. Really? A woman saying that. I'm like, bro, it makes no sense. Like, if you have a mechanism to protect your life in any situation, but say if somebody's attacking you, especially for women, especially if you're coming home at night from work and somebody's trying to attack you, you have an extra safety guide. But guess what? Those people have a harmless mentality or just harmless characteristics. See, a person that's peaceful would never say, you know what? I would never carry a gun. A peaceful person would be like, you know what? If the circumstances are right, I'll carry it. No questions, ifs, ands, or buts. They'll be like, you know what? If I got to do this, I got to do it. They know the threats that's possible because they've been through it. They seen troubles lurking. They seen certain threats pop up out of nowhere. They seen people follow them or target them for no particular reason. If you ever been in a situation where you didn't do anything wrong, it's just somebody just wanted to fuck with you, and it could be life or death. And I hope y'all don't have to go through this shit, but it's just that real. especially in New York. I can tell you countless of times somebody tried to attack me just off what I was wearing because I was in the wrong neighborhood. I was wearing blue one time, blue shirt, blue sneakers. This dude was on the bus wearing red. He called me out and he tried to stab me. It didn't work. I stopped him. I knocked him the fuck out. Excuse my language. I don't know if YouTube is going to let that slide, but this is real life situations. Real life. I broke my knuckle on the dude's face, but I walked away. I walked away alive. But if it was a person that was harmless, they'd probably be dead. Body bag. But the whole point is this, is to let you know the difference between harmless and peaceful and harmless. Obviously, as what I stated, it's better to be peaceful because you have the ideology to understand what's going on around you, and you able to turn on the switch to get aggressive if need be. But if you're harmless, you're not a threat at all. Being peaceful, you're not harmless. Being peaceful means you are possibly the threat. And I'm going to end today's counsel by saying this. Stay dangerous. People always wonder, why do I say stay dangerous? Because if you stay dangerous, you don't have to stay safe. Let me break it down. Because when people say be safe, they're saying that, oh, we don't want nothing to happen to you, right? But if I say stay dangerous, you are the threat. Think about that. Ain't nobody bothering threats. If they do, that's a suicide death wish. It's like, if you are the threat, why would somebody want to bother you? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Hope you learned something. Stay dangerous. Much love.